Hi everyone, good morning. I hope you are able to hear me. So in the last session, we talked about list and list functions. We have come across it and how we can operate how we can add the item to the list and how we can remove the item from the list and how we can extract the items from the list that we have come across it with indexing, slicing, and so on. And today I'm going to take you through the tuple. The tuple and its functions I'm going to talk. It is also more or less same like your list only, mostly. The only difference is we cannot modify it. So tuple is immutable. We already know integer is immutable, float is immutable, and str is immutable. In the same way, the tuple also is going to be immutable. Okay, so whereas the list is mutable, you can modify the list, and we cannot modify the tuple. So which means we cannot change the elements of a tuple once we assigned. And when we do not want to change the data over the time, then we can use this tuple. So when we are going to use this tuple is, if we are sure about we are not going to change the data over the time, then we can go for tuple. And iterating over elements of tuple is faster compared to iterating over list is because they have given a performance for tuple when you compare with the list. So it is going to be faster. And it is not going to allow you to modify. And we have seen how we can define the empty list. To define the empty list, we are just going to use the square bracket. And square bracket represents the list, and whereas parenthesis is going to represent the tuple. So that is what I'm saying. T equals to, it is the empty list. Okay, so if you see the data of, if you see the type of this, it is going to get a tuple, but it is an empty tuple. It is not having anything, any items inside that. So that is about the tuple. And let me talk about the differences between tuple and list. So some similarities are there and some differences are there. The similarities I'm just taking first between list and tuple. So both are advanced data types. List is the advanced data type and tuple also is the advanced data type. Or we can say both are collection data types. Collection of items we can specify inside them. And I can specify the empty list, and here also I can have a empty tuple. It can store multiple values. Your list can allow you to store multiple values. In the same way, your list also is going to store multiple values. And it stores heterogeneous values. Heterogeneous means different data types. I can store inside the list integer I can store. I can store float numbers inside the list. I can store str inside the list. And I can also store bool data type also. All the varieties of the data types I can store inside the list. So because of that reason, I'm saying it stores heterogeneous values. In the same way, the tuple also is going to do the same thing. Tuple also can store the heterogeneous values. A list inside a list is possible. In the same way, tuple inside a tuple also is possible. So nested tuple and nested list. We have seen the nested list, how we can define a list inside a 10 comma 20 comma, and you can see here 30 comma 40 comma 50. So this is a nested list. So in place of this square bracket, if you have a normal brace, then we can say it is a tuple, nested tuple now. And indexing and slicing is possible. We can use, in order to extract the items from the list, we can use the indexing that we already come across it. And we also seen how we can use the slicing to extract the part of the items. In the same way, in the tuple also, we are having a same indexing and slicing. And to get the complete length of the list, we can use the alien function. And here also you can use the alien function to get the number of items inside a tuple. So list concatenation is possible. We can combine the list here, and tuple concatenation also is possible. So these are all the similarities. Because of that reason, I told you, if you know the list, then mostly you know about the tuple also. And the differences between the list and tuple is, especially, Here you are going to have a square bracket. With square bracket, you are going to define it. The items will be separated by comma, and here also it is comma, but braces are different. And this is a mutable. We can change the values of the list inside the list, and tuple is immutable. We cannot change the values. And we have a list methods here, and we have a tuple methods, and very limited methods are there. We are going to see that. So there is a only the major difference is these two differences majorly. Now I'm just declaring a list here, declaring a empty list. Okay, so list equals to list. Okay, so you can also declare the list with parentheses also when you go for empty list. So here I'm just specifying the empty list, and here I'm specifying the empty tuple. There will be no differences. Only the differences you're going to use the braces. Okay, so in place of this, you can also use the tuple also to declare the empty tuple. Now let me execute this. You can see this is the list.
Sir,
And
please reshare the screen 1 second, please.
are able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then empty tuple, I'm just going to take it here. The empty tuple is going to have the tuple symbol. You can see that. So based on that, we can say, and the data type of the variable, we are having a tuple. So next I'm declaring a tuple here. Tuple equals to 10, 20, 30. And text also have, true is also have, and float I'm having. So I'm having a integers here. And this is a text. That means str. This is a bool. And this is a float. So all varieties of the data I'm having, and here what I'm having a list here. So I told you tuple is a heterogeneous. Tuple is a heterogeneous. So I can just declare all these different types of data types inside the tuple. And if we print and see the length of items, how many items it is going to show is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 7 you're going to get for this for length, and the type is a tuple you're going to get, and it will be printed here. Just execute and see the result. The total items is 7. Okay, so nested tuple, how we can declare is if we can add a tuple inside a tuple, then we can say it is a nested tuple. Now, if you take the same thing, same example, it is, I'm just extending here by keeping 60, 70 inside the tuple. Now, total item is already we know 7, and we added one more item plus 1 is going to be 8. So total items, you're going to get 8. Let me execute this and see the result. You can see it. So this is a nested tuple. Now, how we can index, how we can get the specific items from the tuple? How we can get the specific items from the tuple? We already know a tuple supports indexing. Tuple supports slicing. Now I have here 10, 20, 30, basket, true, all these items are there, right? So this is a 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so when I say a tuple of 3, it is going to get a basket here. The output will be basket, and the tuple minus 1 is going to give the last part, that is 60, 70 is going to get it. Okay, if I wanted to get the 40, or if I wanted to get the 50, this part, how can you get it? Can anyone give the answer? If I wanted to get a 50, how can I write the print statement?
Tuple of 6 and
Tuple
1.
of 6.
1.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so like this, we have to specify it to get it. And tuple slicing also I'm having here. And 1 comma 2 comma 3, I'm just saying. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is a 0, 1, 2, 3. When I say colon 3, all the items you're going to get it here. From 0 to 3, 3 minus 1, sorry, it is going to get up to here. So 1, 2, 3 is going to get as the output. So just observe and execute it. You can see. So tuple slicing, since we already know about the slicing in the list, you can see the same thing here. And tuple concatenation is possible. We can concatenate multiple tuples here. You can see. I have a tuple 1 and tuple 2. And when you concatenate it, you are going to get 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 6 7 8 9. So all these are going to get as a single tuple. So we can concatenate multiple tuples. You can see. Now I have a requirement. I have a list here. So list is having 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So I wanted to replace this 1 with 10. So if you wanted to replace with 10, then what you have to do is you have to say list of 0. So 0 indicates this position 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So list of 0 equals to 10 I'm giving. Then this list is going to modify, list is mutable, and we can modify that, right? So once this statement is executed, then you're going to get the output is 10 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 is you're going to be a list of output. The same thing I wanted to do it in a tuple also. The similar way, the way it is, the way we are doing here for the list, in the same way I wanted to do it for tuple. You can see modified list. So in place of this braces, I'm going to take a tuple and we'll see how it is going to be modified. Let's say I have a tuple equals to, tuple is this bracket, right? So 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Sorry, I'm having like this. So this is a tuple. Now I wanted to modify this value to 10. So when I say tuple of 0 equals to 10, it is not going to be possible. It is going to fail. But if the business requirement demands, I have a tuple, but I wanted to modify this value, then what you have to do is you have to convert this into list. List equal to list of tuple, and then list of 0 equals to 10, and then you can modify this into tuple equals to tuple of LST. So then you can see the same value in the tuple. So we cannot modify directly, but we can modify the requirement demands by converting into list data type. So then only it is going to be possible. Let me show you. So I'm just trying to do it. Tuple equals to, I declare the tuple. I'm just printing. I'm just trying to do it directly. Will it allow or not? You can say it is not going to allow is because tuple object does not support item assignment. It's not possible to assign the value. Okay, so cannot modify that. Now the same thing, if the business requirement demands to do it, then we can do it. That is what I'm saying. If the requirement demands to replace 1 with 10, how can you do it? So this will be an interview question. So I declare the tuple the way I explained here, the same. I'm just printing the tuple. I'm converting this tuple into list. How you are converting? By using the list function. That is what I told you here. So list of tuple, the result I just kept inside the list variable. Now I'm taking a list of 0 equals to 10. It is going to be assigned a 10. So again, I'm just reverting back to the tuple by using the tuple function. I'm converting the list into tuple. So in that way, we can do it. Indirectly, we can change the values if the requirement demands. Now you can see your original tuple is this one, and I'm just going to take this here. So let's talk about the few tuple methods here. So T1 equals to 1 comma 1 comma 2 3 4 5, and these are all the normal items that I'm having, and inside that I have a list here. Okay, so how many items are there here? This is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Total 7 items are there. Okay, and print, when you print it, it is going to print all the 7 items. You can see. Now we already know about list.count function, if you remember. List.count function we already seen. Now I'm just trying to show you tuple.count function. Number of times item is occurred inside the tuple. How many number of times it is occurred, it is going to show you. Okay, so let's say for example, one is occurred here, one time, second time, that's all, right? Because this is a different item. So 2 you are going to get it. So number of items 1 is occurred in the tuple. So how many times it is occurred, it is going to show you here. Let's execute it and see 2 times it is occurred. Because this entire thing is a one item. So you cannot consider this alone. And index function is a tuple dot index function. In order to get the item from the list, item from the tuple, we can take it, and you can also use the directly specifying the indexing directly instead of going with the index function. So tuple dot index function, a positive index number of the first occurrence of the item is going to give. Let's say for example, if I set tuple 1 dot t1 dot index of 1. So it is you're asking, is that available in the 1 or not? I mean, is 1 available in the first place or not? So this is the T1, right? And T1, the first occurrence only it is going to check. You're passing the occurrence. You're passing the first occurrence of the item. It is trying to get it. So positive index number of first occurrence of item. If you pass, then it is saying a 0 here. So we already seen how we can convert from a tuple to list. With the list function, we can convert it. So tuple and type I'm just trying to see here. And once you convert it, you can have a different IDs here because the tuple is different ID and it is converting into different data type by using the list function. So if you want to delete the entire tuple, then you can use the del keyword. So del keyword can be used for any kind of variable. You can use it. So once you delete, it is not going to print. And tuple sorting. So if you wanted to sort the tuple, then you can sort it. You can see here. Once you sorted, then object also will be different. So it is sorted and you are storing inside the another variable. Okay, so address will be different. Address is not the same. Okay, so before ordering, there is a order is object is different. And once it is sorted, then object is different because it is created a separate object and it is keeping the result. So object ID is different. So can we sort the items in the tuple is 100% is possible, but not within the same tuple. Not within the same tuple, it has to go for other tuple. So item is tuple object is different. Not within the same tuple. Okay, so there is a chances to ask, can we sort the items in the tuple? Basically, no, in general. But if the requirement demands, we can sort it and we can keep the result into the another tuple. We don't have a tuple dot sort, but whereas list dot sort we have it. So yesterday we discussed about it. Any questions as of now? Okay. So let's talk about next data type is set or sets. Okay, so sets are used to perform mathematical set operations like union, intersection, symmetric differences. So this kind of operations we are going to do it. And empty set, how we can define the empty set is by using the set function. We don't have a parenthesis for this. For list, we have a square bracket. For tuple, we have a parenthesis. But when it comes to the sets, in order to declare the sets, in order to declare the empty sets, we have to go for function only. So set is going to set function is used to define the set empty set. We can have a here also collection of items. We're going to have it. Let's execute and see the result. It's an empty set. So this is an empty set. If you wanted to say, this is empty set and this is also empty set. Sorry, empty list, empty tuple, and empty set. You are going to say this is an empty set. A set is an unsorted collection of items. I'm just going to keep the items inside this. Let's say when you declare the set of items, you're going to say 10, 20, 30, something like this. So once you declare, once you keep the items inside the set, we cannot preserve the order. Whatever the order you entered, that we cannot preserve. Let's say, for example, in the list, I'm having 10, 30, 20, 50, 40. If we have whatever the order is entered into the list, the same order you can get it. Whatever the order you entered, the same order you get. So in the same way for tuple also. But when you give this in the set, so set declaration we are going to do within the flower braces. But you cannot directly use that. Okay. So let's say, for example, now I'm just taking same to same 10, 30, 20, 50, 40. If I take, we cannot give a guarantee with the same order. So different order, it is going to store it. Different order may store. We cannot give a guarantee on it. So since we don't give a guarantee, then we cannot, indexing is not going to work. Indexing will not work. So slicing also is not going to work because we cannot give a guarantee with the positions. So whereas here you can give and whereas here you can give, so we have a indexing and slicing. But when it comes to here, we don't have it. So that is what it is. Set is defined item, here. A set is an unsorted collection of items. And set is defined by items separated by comma inside the braces. So inside this, if you declare, then we can say it is a set. So this is a set, and here it is a list. I'm just declared the list here. I wanted the order is going to be preserved. You can see here. I'm just taking a list. Whatever the order I entered, the same order you can get it because order will be preserved here. In the same way, tuple also. The tuple order also you can see the same order. Whatever the order that I entered, the same order you can see. But when you go for set, the same thing if you declare in the set, the order is not going to be preserved. You cannot give a guarantee on the order. So this is one of the difference. They may ask what is the difference between list and the set. So here we have a slicing, indexing. Here no slicing, no indexing. And whatever the order you entered, that is going to be preserved here. And here it is not going to be preserved. Just observe. I'm just going to execute this and show the result. You can see. Whatever the order you entered, the same order you can see. If we execute multiple times, where is this? So it is not showing in that way. Let me add few more items. S of 0, if I say, see, set object is not subscribable, subscriptable. So that means this we cannot give a guarantee. So because of that reason, it is not taking it. So if the order is preserved, then we can get it. But order is not going to be preserved. And if you see multiple times, then you may see the difference between the order of this because the positions of these items are not going to be fixed. And set can have only unique items. So this is also is one more difference. Set can take only unique items. You cannot keep a duplicated items. Now here I'm having a set 10 comma 20 comma 30 5 comma 5 50 20 10. So 10 is available 2 times here and 20 is available 2 times. So when I execute this 10 is going to show only one time. The output of this is going to get 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 5 comma 50 is going to get it. Because these two are the duplicates will be removed. And this is about the result of this. And here I'm declaring again 10, 20, 30, same to same, 1 comma 2 comma true. Now basically this true will be represented as a 1. Okay. True will be represented as 1. So if there is a 1, I have a 1 here. If there is a 1 along with the true, then 1 will be considered, else true will be considered. Okay, so here I mean to say, if I don't have this 1, then true will be considered as a true. Just observe. Both examples are here itself, you can see. Here I declared 1 along with the true, and here I have a true, but I don't have a 1. You can see the output of this. So 100% you are going to get the unique values when you go for set. Let's execute and see the result. You can see how output is coming. So 10, you can see the same order is not available. Okay, so whatever the order you entered, the same order is not available here. 50 is coming first, next 25, 10, 30. And next one is I'm having 1, 2, 1, 2, and 50, 10, 5, 10, sorry, 10 and 30. So true is not available because true is going to represent as 1. So since we have a 1 here and 1 here, then it is going to take only one time. Okay, so in the next example, I have here with true, but 1 is not available. So since 1 is not available, it is going to take a true. I've given a comment here. You can just read out the comment, you can understand what it is. So it is showing the unique values. If you wanted to get the unique values, then you can go for set. So I given here, set will not support indexing because it's unordered collection of items. So write a Python code to replace 5 with 50. It's not going to be possible. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So 5 is available at the 4. So I'm just, if I wanted to do it, then you have to convert that into list. Then only it is going to be possible, right? I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, sorry. After 7, what it is? 9, 8. So first you need to, it is going to get the unique items. It is going to get the unique items in general. The list, the set itself is having a unique items only. We don't need to worry about it. And then I'm converting this set into list. I'm converting the set into list. We can convert it. Now list is having list of items, you're going to have it. And out of this, I wanted to convert this of position 4. Whatever the value is there in the position 4, that will be replaced with the 50. And then I'm reconverting from list to set. You just execute it and see the result. We cannot give a guarantee. This is not there in the 4th position, right? After converting into list, you have to see the result. So this is a set result. And if I have a print of L comma or type of L, then you can see. So this is a list only. Okay. And so once you define this, the after setting this one, I wanted to print again a list value here. Just observe. So 50 is converted, 50 is added in this particular position. Then it is printed, it is converted into the set and it is printed. So order is not going to be fixed. Whatever the order you entered, that is not going to be possible. So just keep in mind, if you wanted to change the tuple, if you wanted to modify the tuple or if you wanted to modify the set, convert that into list, then modify accordingly. Then let's see about this set methods. So set dot add, it is used to add one item to the list. It is used to add one item to the list. If the item is already exists in the set, nothing will be happen. Okay, so one item we can not list, it is list means it is a collection of items. I mean, we already having some list of items here in the set 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, and before adding how the values are there, and I'm just taking this s equals to and s dot add. I'm just adding a 6 here. Okay, so since 6 is not available here in the list of items, it is not available, so 6 is going to add here. Okay, so at any place it is going to add. It is not going to give any guarantee for that. So after adding, you can see the value. So if you want to add an item to the, sorry, here it is. So if you wanted to add, you can add an item to the set. You can see the object ID is same. Within the same object, it is adding it. I can add the item to this item to the set. So as many items as you want, you can add by using the add function. So here I'm just adding a float number. I'm just adding a false here. I'm just adding a text here, and you can see the print. False. First 1, 2, 3 is 1, 2, 3 is printed. I mean 1, 2, 3 is there in the set. S equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3, and you're adding first 10.5. We cannot give a guarantee 10.5 will add here or somewhere. So finally, after adding all of them, the positions are not fixed, right? So it is going to vary. So that is about how we can add an item to the set. Now, if I wanted to add all these 3 items together at one set, so we added single, right? With s dot add, I have added one item. And again, I took same function, I added one more item. So instead of that, we can add collection of items at one set with set dot update function. S dot update I can use, and inside that we can pass the list of items. So here I'm just passing s dot update and list of items all together at one set. I'm just passing here 10.5 comma false comma basket. Now if you print it, all the values you're going to have it. You can see same to same only. So previously we added add function multiple times, and instead of that we can give a collection of items at one set with update function. So set dot discard function, whatever you have added that you can discard. And here I'm just taking s equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 and discard 3. So item 3 will be removed. And discard 5 removes 5 if 5 is available. So if the item is available, then it is going to be removed. Otherwise, it is not going to be removed. So it is used to remove the specified item from the list. Sorry, from the set. If the item does not exist, then nothing is going to be happen. Here 5 is not available in the set, so it is not going to be happen anything here. So after discarding this 3, then we are having only 1 comma 2. And set dot remove, we have it. It is used to remove the specified item from the set. If the item does not exist in the list, then key error will be raised. So the difference between your discard and remove is discard is not going to give any error, whereas remove is going to give an error. That is the only difference. So here I'm just taking same list here, set here, 1 comma 2 comma 3. I'm just trying to remove 3 from this set. So 3 will be removed. And if I try to remove 5, 5 is not available, so it is going to give an error. Whereas discard is not going to give any error. It just simply say nothing. Let's execute this. And if I try to remove this, then it is going to get an error here. Is because 5 is not available. The next is I have a clear function here, set dot clear. It is used to clear elements in the set. I declare the set 1, 2, 3 and s dot clear, then all the items are going to be removed. And you can see here, we are going to have a empty set. But if we use the del keyword, then the variable itself is going to be removed. Okay, so by using the del, you can remove integers, float variables, any type of variable you can remove with the help of del. So we can delete the list, we can delete the tuple, and we can delete the set also. So once you execute this, then it is not going to be available. Okay, I have just given some interview questions here. You can just try from your side. And then set.copy function, let me talk about it. So copy method returns a shallow copy of the set. So deep copy, shallow copy, we have seen. What do you mean by deep copy? If I have a equals to 1, 2, 3 and b equals to a, then it is a deep copy. Object is same, object ID will be same. If you go for same c equal to a dot copy, then you are going to have a different object ID here. You're going to have a shallow copy this. And this is a deep copy. Okay, so what it is saying is set.copy is going to say shallow copy. Object IDs are going to be different. You can see here. For this one, object ID different. For S1 and for S2 also, you can see the different object ID. Okay, so when I say S2 dot add 4, then where exactly it is going to add this 4 item 4, you can see here. The first S1 is there in the 744, right? And S2 is having 2640. Object IDs are different because it is a shallow copy. It's not a deep copy. And set operations, like if you wanted to add the set 1, 2, 3 is one set, and S2 equals to, we have a 2, 3, 4. So when you say set 1 dot union of set 2, what is the result you are going to get? So this 2 will be combined. Okay, so I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, and 4 because it is not going to allow duplicates. So 2 is there 2 times and 3 is there two times. So it is going to get only one time when you combine this. It's a union. Just execute this and see the result. So this kind of questions, there is a chances to give it. And then I have an intersection. Intersection method returns a new set with elements that are common to all the sets. So what are the items are there here common for all the sets? 2 is a common and 3 is a common. So 2, 3 is going to be your output. So common items will be returned from the sets, from all the sets. So is a disjoin. So set dot is disjoin. Intersection method returns true if the two sets have no intersection. Otherwise returns false. So it is checking is there intersection or not. Okay, so set 1 I'm having 1, 2, 3, set 2, set 3, 3 sets are there. I'm just trying to see is there a common elements or not. Okay, so if there is a common element, then it is going to say true. Let's say, for example, now here I have a no common elements between these two. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No common elements in S1 and S2. So no intersection, right? So intersection means common elements. That is what in the previous example we have seen. Now you're trying to see is there common elements or not? No common elements. And now I'm having S2 and S3. Between S2 and S3, I have a one common element, that is 5. So there is a common element in S1 and S2, not S1 and S2, S3 and S2 and S3. The element is 5 here, right? So it is going to say true. Yes, so not this one. In reverse order, I told you here. Intersection method returns true if two sets have no intersection here. When there is an intersection, it is going to say false. Set dot difference method returns a new set with elements in the set that is not in other specified sets. I have a set 1 and set 2. S1 minus S2. Within set S1, remove this set 2 here. So 2 is going to be removed. 3 is going to be removed. Let's see the result. Set 1 equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 and set 2 equals to 2 comma 3 comma 4. So S1 minus S2. So this set 2 items will be removed from the S1. So 2 is there here. So 2 will be removed. And 3 is there here. 3 will be removed. 4 is not available, so it is not removed. So from set 1, you are having only one item. Now S2 minus S1. Now in a reverse order. Again, I'm just writing S1 is 1 comma 2 comma 3 and S2 2 comma 3 comma 4. Now from here it is going to be removed. So here 1 is not available. 2 will be removed. 3 will be removed. 4 is not available, right? So this item only is not is having it. So that is what we are having 4 here. Okay, so symmetric difference, set symmetric difference. Symmetric difference method returns a new set with the elements either in the sets but not in both. Let's say I have you can see A union B minus A intersection B. So this result you are going to get it here. Just observe here. So I have a 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma Bhaskar and S2 equals to 2 comma 3 comma 4. And 2 is available here. 3 is available here. Okay, so rest of the items will be taken as a new list. Okay, so you can just ignore the common items in simple way. And 1 is there, Bhaskar is there, and 4 is there. A new set will be there. So it is going to ignore the common items between the two sets. Rest of them we are going to get it. So that is for the symmetric difference. Okay, so here I have a S1 and S2. So what is the common items? 2 is common, 3 is common, and same result. If I apply the same, like I told you, right, A union B minus A intersection B is going to give a same result. 1 comma 4 comma Bhaskar. So I have a subset function to get the subset items. So this is subset method returns true if all the elements of first sets are available in the second list. So I have a set 1 and set 2 and A dot subset of B. A dot subset of B. So 3 is there, 4 is there, but 7 is not available. So it is going to give a false. And B is subset of A. In both the places, I guess will give false. Okay, so if you see this example, then here you can have all the items you can see. So this A is available inside the B. All the items of A is available inside the B. So then it is going to give a true. A is subset of B. So A is a subset of your B because the A is available inside the B. So it is going to give a true. In reverse order, it is going to give a false. You can see the same example here, more or less. So A is having all the items. I just made it reverse. Okay, so B is a subset of A. So B is a subset of A. It is going to give true here and it is going to give false here. Okay, you just go through these functions. Just one time, you just go and you just leave it. Whatever you remember, you can just try to remember. And tomorrow I'm going to take you to the dictionary and then we are going to talk about control statements, like how we can use the if statement, while condition, and then followed by for loop. So mostly in a couple of days, we're going to, next couple of days, we're going to complete this Python basics. Then we're going to start talking about Apache Spark. Okay. Any question, guys, before stopping? I just kept all the material. I hope you people able to access the material. Did you come across that? Anyone is facing any issue? So if you're not able to see material or if you're not able to do anything with like if you're not able to find it, please let me know about it. So we'll set it. Okay, so data factory material also is added, the data flow related stuff and Python related stuff also added.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, then we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Bhaji.